And a 1, 2, 3, cause this is Thriller. Thriller night. Nobody's gonna save you when the dun, baby. Thriller, ooh, Thriller night. Nobody's gonna when you get it. Thriller, ooh, Thriller night. As you can tell, I butchered that. I butchered that to the gods. I don't like. Okay, that's a lie. I don't mind Thriller. Thriller's like one of those songs that, like, when it comes on, I'll bop, I'll jam, I'll do what I gotta do to the song because it's a catchy song. But like, I'll never search for it. Actually, it's a lot. I just searched for it, the song, because I was like, it's Halloween. I was like, what song? Because I want to come in here with like a little opening music because I'm Malik and I'm extra. So I went ahead and I searched up like Halloween songs, and not actually a Halloween song. I just thought in my head a Halloween song, and the first thing that popped up was Thriller. So I went ahead and I searched up Thriller to like learn the lyrics. I was like, I'm not gonna learn these lyrics. Like, I'm not gonna do it. And that's where I found, like, I forgot that the video was like 13 minutes long. Did I watch the 13 minutes long video? No, I skipped it. I skipped to like the singing part. I'm like, I'm not gonna learn this. So I'm like, you know, I'll just come and butcher it for you guys. Cause if I didn't butcher it, would I really be me? I don't think so. But anyways, guys, what is good, everyone? What is good? Welcome back to the channel with your show, of course, Machiavelli, of course, and hopefully you all are wait, what? Of course? That sounds cocky. What's good, everyone? What is good? Welcome back to the channel with your show, of course, Machiavelli, and hope you all having a I always said, of course, it's Machiavelli, of course. Anyways, what's good, everyone? What is good? Welcome back to the channel with your show, of course, Machiavelli, and wait, I do say of course. Why did I freak out? I said of course. Like, anyways, I'm being weird. Sorry if I'm annoying you. Then welcome to me being me, because I annoy people a lot. So, get used to it. Let's get what is good. Welcome back to the channel with your, of course, with your chili, of course. I do say it. I do say it. Then why did I say it? Yo, there's something wrong with me today. Like, I honestly thought that, bruh, that was because I said with chili, of course. But I did say of course. Anyways, I'm not even gonna finish it today. So today we're building a house, and today's house is gonna be a Tudor house, bruh. No, I'm not gonna do a house. I honestly think of like just stopping this commentary and like doing it all over again. Nah, we're gonna keep it going. Like, keep it moving. Life happens. There we go. If you're still watching the video after that, then what's good? Thanks for sticking. Thanks for what? The English of thanks for sticking by. That's not how it goes. Not standing by. Stands for staying by. Anyways, you know what I'm trying to say. Thanks for staying. But anyways, today we're making a Tudor house. Yes, a Tudor house. I was actually gonna go ahead and make an abandoned house or a haunted house, but I suck at that. I suck at making things look ugly. Okay, my bad. That sounds very cocky. Again, what's with me and my cockiness today? I don't know what it is. It's just out of control. Come on, like, get a hold of yourself. But no, what I'm trying to say is I suck at making things look good in a bad way. No, I suck at making things look bad in a good way. So when I was building the house, instead of it looking like a haunted house, looking destroyed and ugly, it looked like a deformed house. Like, it looked weird. Like, it didn't look good. So I scrapped it. It's like, you know what? I don't know what to do. So I went on Pinterest, handy old Pinterest, and I found that a lot of the haunted houses are Tudor houses. And I was like, have I ever made a Tudor house while I've been on the YouTube for like 4 years? I don't think I have. So I went ahead and built y'all a Tudor house. So y'all can go ahead and use your imagination and make this into the haunted house of your dreams. So I made this Tudor house. It came out really nice. But actually, fun fact, I was gonna quit. I actually wasn't gonna do it. So when I first started off, like 5 minutes ago, I was like, this looks ugly. I'm like, why am I doing this? Like I said, I've never done this before. I've never done Tudor house before. So I've attempted them in the past, but I've never actually uploaded one because they never actually turned out good. So like, this isn't gonna turn out good. I'm like, there was a smaller house that I could have built, but I built this one for some reason. So I said, I'll go ahead and build it. And I was like, it doesn't look so good. So I was like, you know what? I'll give it 5 minutes, and if it doesn't work out and I don't like it in 5 minutes, I'll just switch over to the small house. But 5 minutes came by, it looked decent. I was like, okay, I'll keep on going. I kept on going, and I came up with this, and I actually am really proud of it. I think it looks really good. I feel like it looks like one of those houses on like those really high-end streets of like mega mansions. They look old, but like the outside has like charm and like, you know, it just makes you looks like a part of Victorian style house. Like, you feel like you're going down feels like you're going down a time machine, you know, back into the old days, because they look so like old but yet so new. And then on the inside it's like all nice and modern and flourished, but this still has a character, you know. It feels like one of those houses. If you live in Toronto, if you go down to the suburbs, like the high-end suburbs, you see these houses a lot, and so this is what reminded me of. I've always wanted one of those because I like the character of the outside, but I was like, oh, the inside though, they might have put a lot of work into it, but yeah, I hope you guys do enjoy it. I like it too. I think I have some ideas with this. I have like an idea of like, you know, making it look like a little rundown, a little old, and then like flipping it and then making it look like brand new, but keeping the charm. Because my thing with this house is if it has the charm, because it looks like it has charm in it, I want to keep the charm. One fact, I actually never understood what people say by charm, because whenever I used to watch, actually when I used to watch, I still watch HTV shows, I was like, I want a house with charm, I want a house with like character. I'm like, what is charm, what is character? I realized it's just making it look old. Like stuff from like the olden days, like the door that I used, that's charm. The wooding in the windows, that's character. I think I could be totally wrong, because like, bruh, I'm not that bright when it comes to like building and furnishing terms, but I'm just gonna gamble and think that's what it is. So yeah, so I guess we'll try to keep the charm and the character in this house. But anyways, that's taking away from the point. I hope you guys enjoyed this build. There we go for that. But anyway, so today's Halloween. Happy Halloween, everyone. If you guys didn't know this, I'm actually not a big holiday person, but I don't mind Halloween. Halloween actually is my favorite holiday as a kid, because I used to make so much guap off of Halloween. You understand? I'm pretty sure I told you guys the story again. I'm pretty sure I told you guys the story. I guess I'll tell you guys the story anyways. But I'll tell you guys, before I tell you that story, I'll tell you about the story about my Halloween plans. Because when I was a kid, I always say blah blah blah. I always say to myself, I'm not book smart, I'm street smart. I know how to survive in the hood. I'm joking. I've never been to a hood before, but I know how to survive, you know? So when Halloween came, I knew that was my guap. That was guap for kids, Halloween candy. So every year I always plan out my go. I always made sure I had 2 big black garbage bags and 2 medium-sized bags, and maybe a small bag just in case, you know? The small bag was for like all my good stuff, like if I get like a pop can, if I get like a big chocolate bar, I don't want to get smushed with all the small ones, so I put them in the small bag, you know? It makes sense. I don't know. It was weird. That's what I did. But anyways, so I had my roots. So what I would do is each year I went in the same costume. It was literally this, you know, the Scream, you know, the Scream hoodie or the cape or whatever. That's what I wore. I wore that every single year from grade 5 to grade 10. I wore that every single year for Halloween. Why? Because it was easy. It just was a slip-on, and I could take it right off. No makeup was done. No mask, because I don't like masks that much. I just wore the cape, and I said I was either Scream, the Grim Reaper, or the Devil. That's what I said, or a demon. You know, that was my saying. So what happened was, each year I go to Halloween, I would bring something else. I would bring a mask too. So what I do is, so for when I went to school, I wore the mask. I wore the mask and the costume. I didn't wear the mask that much, but I just brought it, you know? But when I went trick-or-treating, I would take off the mask and leave that in the car. And so we stopped by one block. And then I'd go to the block with my thing on, and I make sure they couldn't see my face that much. So I have my skin covered, I have everything covered. I think even wore gloves sometimes so they wouldn't see my skin. So I went and I got my candy from that block, and I went to another block, and I went to another block, and I went, you know. And by that time it was cold, so I didn't wear a jacket the first time, because normally we start like at 6 o'clock, you know. Like trick-or-treating takes hours. Like I remember we leave at 5:30 and we get home at like 9:30. Like we spend time trick-or-treating, because like I said before, we go from one block to the next block, and so we go through about 10 blocks each time. And then when it's like 9 o'clock, it's time to pack up, I would take off my suit, my cape or whatever, and I put on the mask, and I'd do that block again, and then I do 3 more blocks after that with just my mask on and get extra candy, because I realized that they don't really remember faces, and if you don't show them the face the first time, they won't remember. So I always had like quote unquote 2 costumes, if that makes any sense. So I got a bunch of candy. Like candy was my ish. Like I had so much candy that I got like my closet was full with it. And so what I do then with the candy, because I don't like certain candies, I do sort out. So once I get home, I put all my candies on the floor. Because I said, I'm goal-orientated. And so I have these friends in my school that can't go trick-or-treating. So I'd always go and get stuff for them. And so they'd always tell me a list of what they want. So I'd go home, I'd get my candy, I'd throw it all on the ground. I'm talking about, one time I had 2 black, it was black garbage bags. I had 2 of those full because I went ham that year. And I think that was the year after I started making money off of candy. So I went ham that year. So I went ahead and dumped all my candy on the floor. Like, my living room was full. My brother was full too because my brother followed me. And so I said, I'm street smart, so he knows how to follow me. I know how to get that. He knows how to get. I was gonna get that money, but no, he knows how to get that candy. Get that money. Anyways, so I put the candy on the floor, and then I sorted out everything. And so I sorted out like what I wanted, what I don't want it. So I had my 2 piles of what I want, what I don't want. So I took everything I want, put in one bag. Everything I wanted, I sorted out. So I made sure, okay, so I had this person wanted this, so I put that in a pile. This person wanted this, I put that in a pile. And then everything left over I had in like a junk pile. And then I started making like my orders. And so what I did was I sold 10 pieces of candy for $1. I know, was a ripoff, yes, but listen, it was back in like 2005, 2006. It was cheap back then, so I went ahead and did that. So 10 pieces of candy for 1 candy. So 10 pieces of candy for $1. So what I do is I get like a plastic bag, like a Ziploc bag, and I put 10 pieces in there, and then I'll zip it up. And then when I went to school, I would meet people behind the portables, and I would give them their bag, and they'd give me the $1. And then what I'd do was I'd bring an extra bag with all the candy that I didn't want and that no one had for orders, and then I'd go ahead and ask people like, "Do you want some candy?" Like, sure, like, "Do you have $1?" So yeah, so I would go ahead with me behind the portables. That sounded so sketch, but we'd meet behind the portables, and then I'd open the bag. They'd give me the candy, they'd give me the $1, and then they'd take out 10 pieces. I had a lineup one time. I had a lineup of 3 people one time for candy. I remember that. Oh, the days. I made like what, $20 from doing that, but it was free money. You know, it was free. It was candy I got from trick or treating that I didn't want, you know. So like, if I'm not gonna want it, because before what happened was I just stayed in my closet because no one ate them and I forgot about them. So I was like, I just wasted the candy anyway. So I was like, why not just sell it? You know. But anyways, that's pretty much it. Yeah, I remember those days. Those days were good. Those days are great. But anyways, hope you guys enjoyed this. Thank you all so much for watching, and I hope you enjoyed the build. And of course, I will see you all in the next one. Stay safe and have a great Halloween. I'll see y'all then. Bye guys. Peace.